It is Wednesday, the 8th of May, 2024. I'm Pigeon Rose, and this is my song of the day. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pigeon Song of the Day. We're getting on through the week here, and we're going to be covering a song that I just kind of happened upon. I tend to have kind of stories about where I discovered songs that I talk about in this show. You know, hearing David Bowie through Labyrinth or whatever. This song, I just kind of, it came up on my YouTube recommended feed and I clicked on and I liked it. The song is Still Feel by Half Alive. The music video became very popular, which is why it showed up on my YouTube recommended. And that's the version that I want you to watch when you're listening to it, because I'm going to talk about the music video, of course. But Half Alive are a trio. It's Josh Taylor on vocals, Brett Kramer on drums, and J. Tyler Johnson on bass. I know I don't usually go too deep into like band members and stuff, but I wanted to for this band because of the stuff with the choreography. We'll get there. They released an EP called 3 that was just like 3 of their songs. They released some few other songs, and then they released like a vinyl, just a rare vinyl. I think there was like 500 made, called 7. That was just their 7 released songs at that moment, and Still Feel was on there. And then a few of the songs from that, including Still Feel, ended up on their first album, Now Not Yet is what it's called. There's other great songs on the album, of course, but Still Feel is definitely a standout, and I understand why it was a single and got its own music video. It's a great song. So we're going to listen to it now and then come back and talk about it. Now that's a funky song. I feel like I never know what to say when I come back from listening to the songs. I feel like some dumbass radio DJ. Wow, that was one sick tune. But anyway, no, that song, I really like the style of it because it is funky, it is groovy, but it also has like the kind of the deep bass in the chorus, that bow, 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 bow. It's really cool as well. It's got like nice modern electronic elements that I really like. So let's talk about the song. The song lyrically is like about kind of feeling hopeless and looking for something to kind of cling on to. And he uses floating in space as this sort of metaphor for it. Josh Taylor said that it's like about that feeling of like you're just floating and, you know, not knowing what to do. When I'm furthest from myself, far away, feeling closer to the stars, outer space, I've been invaded by the dark, can't escape, trying to recognize myself when I feel I've been replaced. Just that feeling of alienation, literally and figuratively. That feeling of not knowing what you're doing. Furthest from myself is an interesting phrase, but like, I mean, it means being not yourself, you know? Feeling closer to the stars, like you're floating away. And then I've been invaded by the dark of space, but like, it's that depression, that hopelessness that gets into you when you have this feeling. Trying to recognize myself when I feel I've been replaced. Because of the space thing, it immediately makes you think of sci-fi, makes you think of body snatchers, but it means just that, again, that feeling of not being yourself when you're depressed and you just don't know, you don't feel like doing anything, and you don't feel like a person, like kind of a derealization thing or a depersonalization thing. And then I can feel a kick down in my soul and it's pulling me back to earth. Let me know I am not a slave, can't be contained, so pick me from the dark and pull me from the grave. I love the rhythm, the momentum of that. It's so punctuated with the drums as well. Like the pick me from the dark and pull me from the grave. Like it's got this real cool punch to it. But yeah, it's like the verse is that feeling of hopelessness, of alienation, and the pre-chorus is like, there's something pulling me back though, there's something making me feel alive. And then you have that, I still feel alive. When it is hopeless, I start to notice that I still feel alive, falling forward back into orbit. I mean, that sums up the song. It's just that feeling of being lost, drifting out to space, and then feeling something pull you back into orbit, tug you back down to Earth. He specifically mentioned a scene in Gravity. I've not seen Gravity, but I know enough about the movie for that to make sense to me as well. The second verse, so when I lose my gravity in this sleepy womb, drifting as I dream, I'll wake up soon to realize the hand of life is reaching out to rid me of a pride I call allegiance to myself. So apparently, Sleepy Womb or Sleep Womb was going to be the title of the song originally, but Brett was like, we can't do that. But apparently this is the bit that was inspired by a bit from Gravity. He apparently was watching a bit in the movie Gravity where Sandra Bullock is floating in space and it looks like a womb. Apparently is what it was. I haven't seen Gravity, but it makes sense to me. But yeah, the whole drifting as I dream, I'll wake up soon. That feeling of hopelessness can feel like a dream. It can feel unreal, like he's saying. And he just wants to wake up soon. But it's not, I want to wake up, it's I'll wake up soon. It's a certainty. It's I'm going to get out of this. The hand of life is reaching out to rid me of my pride. I call allegiance to myself. It's like, pride is an interesting word here, but it's like life is telling him it's not hopeless and you can be true to yourself. And then we get the same pre-chorus and chorus as before. And then the bridge is floating in outer space. Have I misplaced a part of my soul? Lost in the in-between, or so it seems I'm out of control. Floating in outer space. Have I misplaced a part of my soul? Lost in the in-between, but it can't keep me asleep for long. So again, it's just the same idea over and over again, phrased different ways, but really, really nice, interesting imagery. Misplaced a part of my soul is particularly a very specific way of putting it. It makes me think of the Simpsons episode Bart Sells His Soul, where Bart is like very flippant about the idea of having a soul, so he sells it to Millhouse for like $5, and then he like experiences bad luck. Animals attack him, electronic doors don't open for him, his breath doesn't fog up a window, and he just feels lost without it. He feels like this is something actually missing. And that's what this makes you think of, misplaced a part of my soul. You feel alone, you feel desperate, and that makes you feel like you're missing a part of yourself. And so it's a really interesting thing to bring in here as an image, even if it makes me think of The Simpsons. At least it makes me think of a good episode of The Simpsons. And then it just repeats the chorus again and just repeats the I still feel alive. Repeats the chorus as it fades out, basically. I mean, yeah, it's just a really good song, a really good message about, getting through adversity and all that. Yeah, it's just really good. I want to say what I was saying about music earlier, the musical style of it, how the verse is this like floaty, funky, loose kind of beat, and the chorus is a lot tighter and deeper, and I feel like that kind of ties into the theme a bit. I don't know if it was intentional, but they seem like the kind of band that would do that intentionally, where the verse feels very light, I'm gonna furthest from myself, far away. Like it's very floaty, and then I still feel alive. It's a lot tighter. And then in the bridge as well, like I was saying with the pre-chorus being very punchy, the bridge ends like that. The in between, but it can't keep me asleep for long. It's like locking into this feeling, getting less floaty, getting more intentional. And I like the way that kind of ties into the theme there. Now let's talk about the music video. I hope that you watched it, because I link Spotify links as well for people who want to just listen to the song. But for this one, I do encourage watching the video because it's great. So the music video has the band performing the song in this performance space. It's been in a lot of music videos. I know there was an AJR video there. I don't remember what other ones were there. There's a whole choreographed dance. It's the lead singer the whole way through. The camera follows him the whole time. And at certain parts, he dances with the other members of the band. And at other parts, he dances with these two professional dancers. They're known as the JA Collective. It's Jordan Johnson and Aidan Carberry. And they helped choreograph the dance for this video, and they perform with Josh Taylor. They tend to do the more complex stuff than the bandmates doing their dances. But this is why I wanted to mention the band members' names. I just wanted to give them props for doing the choreography, because it's really interesting. Apparently, learning the choreography for the bridge helped them keep time performing on their actual instruments because of the syncopation. They had to learn syncopated dance moves, which I think is really interesting. In terms of like story, the music video is pretty simple and tying into the theme of the lyrics, just feeling hopeless and then feeling more in control. I just love the imagery of it. I wasn't that big of a dance person, but I've kind of gotten more into it as time has gone on. I just really like well choreographed dances, and the band did too, because these two guys are now their like official dancers. They're just always on tour with them. They're always in their videos. They are basically members of the band, but their instrument is dance. And I really like that, and I really love how central dance has become part of their thing. There are some bands that do something and it becomes a gimmick, like OK Go. I love OK Go, and I love their music videos, but like they did the treadmill video for Here It Goes Again, and the dance video in the garden for A Million Ways, and then suddenly every one of their videos had to be this weird high concept And again, I love their videos. They always turn out great, but like it feels forced at this point. Like it feels like they're just kind of doing things to do weird music videos, you know. They're good music videos and they're good songs, but it does feel a bit forced. But with Half Alive it works, I think, because the dances aren't the same. It's just they have resident dancers and they always include choreography, and I love it. They even brought them to the fucking Tiny Desk concert that they did. They have them sitting there doing choreography. It's amazing what dancing you can do with only your arms and your torso. It's great. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say about the song, really. I need to figure out a better sign off for these episodes because I'm always like, I don't think I have anything else to say. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed listening. Please consider subscribing to the channel, leaving a comment below, criticizing or complimenting me, telling me I'm the best, I'm the worst, or whatever. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What will you rate it? All that. Okay, thank you for listening. I will talk to you tomorrow.
Break it down.
A few of the songs from that, including Still Feel, ended up on their first album. Now Not Yet is what it's called. I'm going to close the window because I can fucking hear cars going by. Floating in outer space, have I misplaced a part of my soul, lost in the in-between, or so it seems. I'm going to do that again because I belched.